So in 2003, after the 2002 season, I lost one of my sponsors. Actually, both Cup sponsors, and ended up going and doing an Xfinity thing with Paul Menard and Menards for just a short time. So, I mean, I financially couldn't participate anymore. So I had to bow out, and it kind of, after that, just fell apart.
Yeah.
You know.
So what was that like? I mean, so in 96, 7, late 90s, your Cup team's, performing, functioning. Then the sponsor stuff, that stuff got harder and harder to find.
Yeah.
At what point are you like starting to realize you got to make a change?
Yeah. So it was 2001 was our last season running 2 cars. We had Joe Nemechek and Bobby Hamilton. And like I say, Bobby won my first race as an owner I guess it was in April. And then we know that we're going to lose. We're not losing Square D. We're going to have them another year. So Bobby was going to run in 2002, but Joe, we couldn't find a sponsor for the 33. And so we were looking everywhere. We're trying. This was right after 9/11, and things were just really in turmoil. We go to Rockingham next to the last race of the year, I think it was, and we end up winning there with Joe. And so you're thinking, you're doing everything possible, right? Yeah. We were on the brink, really, at APR, we were on the brink of really making that step to being, to being able to make it. And so we just weren't able to get over that hurdle. So I had to shut that team down going into 2002. And so we only had one team, and it's really hard, man. When you're shrinking, and your good people are finding other jobs, and it's just hard to hold it together.
So what did you do?
Well, we did the deal with Paul Menard and an Xfinity, kind of a combination
under
races.
your banner.
Yeah,
in
APR.
Your shop.
Yep, we did all the engines and did the cars. We ran a handful of races. We won an ARCA race with him at Talladega, and then did a few of those ARCA, Busch, and then did a couple of Cup races. And then in 2004, we signed a deal with Menards to run the full season. Actually, I think it was a 5-year deal we signed, and it just wasn't going well. We were, John Menard's a great guy, I love him, but he was making me spend a lot of money on things I didn't really want to spend money on, and it was kind of telling me how to run the team, and it was probably going to be the first year as an owner I was going to lose money. And I found out, I got wind through about half of the year that he was going to take that and go to DEI. Even though we had a 5-year deal.
Wow.
And so like I said, if I finished the year, I was going to lose money for the first year ever. So I was like, okay, this is my sign I need to shut it down and just, do something else. Because I didn't want to, I'd made money every year. I just didn't want to put it all back into the.
How hard is it to dismantle a program?
It's hard. It really is. I mean, it was, it was just something in my life. At that time, everything I tried everything to keep it going, right? I kept running into dead ends everywhere. My wife tells me one day, she said, well, yeah, maybe God doesn't want you doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got something else for you.
Mm-hmm.
So he finally had to hit me over the head with a 2 before I got it. and I went ahead and just, auctioned everything off, sold everything.
And what year was that?
That was in 2004, the middle of the season. So for 2.5 years, I basically was retired. I did that retirement thing backwards, right? So I did it in 2004 and 5 and even 6.